Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Raids Week 8 Day 2. We're going to be going with the same team. Sorry for being a few minutes late. I had to finish up this one little pet right here. As you can see, we actually got 3 copies of it. So I had to do that last minute. As I was setting up the thing, I noticed it was like, oh no, got like 7 minutes left. So I had to go do it real quick. And it kind of got in the way of setting up the stream, but there we go. Got all those. I don't know if that's actually enough to upgrade it, but I sure hope it is. Let me go double check. And then let's head into raids. Double check. Where's yellow? Where's the Griffling? There it is. Aw, 2 more copies, or 3 more copies actually. But wow, it's still on the epic rarity. Is that the only one? No. Actually, all my Guild Wars stuff is almost epic rarity, except for the red one. Let's see. Green isn't. Blue isn't. Yellow isn't. Red is, and the other 2 colors. Purple is, though I don't think it makes much of a difference. Oh, yes, it does. It gets the 1 extra magic there. And what's the other color? And brown. Okay, so half of them are. The other half aren't, which are the green, blue, and the yellow days. But anyways, let's go and head to some raids. We still have several battles from yesterday, of course, as well as all the ones we have from today. I don't know why it's showing, like, nothing here. Should normally have a timer as to when the next one is. Maybe because it's, like, 6 weeks away or something, it doesn't have a timer or anything. Or maybe they're planning on something new next patch that will start going over top of that, which is why they didn't bother setting a timer up. Oh, they did make one mention yesterday, by the way, about something next patch. It was the, oh, what's it called? The, well, at the time about when it's going to be coming, it's actually going to be like 2 months away. It's still a while away. She said we'd probably get the beta access like midway through next month, which is, yeah, still a month away, so still got a while before we see next patch, unfortunately. But if nothing else, it's good for resource accumulation, makes it so we need less gems for it. By the time next kingdom comes, we're going to have more resources than we know what to do with, which is going to be nice for once. Normally, we're kind of low on resources, but since there hasn't been a kingdom for ages now, they, yeah, we've just been able to accumulate a lot. Anyways, let's get into the raids already. So, raid bosses, of course, we'll be using the same thing we have been. Let me just claim this real quick. Nothing special, but all the rest of them are now orbs, so nice ones coming up. Probably get that first orb tomorrow. But let's go with this. Mang, Copernicus, King Selinus, and Faunessa. And I'm slightly tempted to put Faunessa in first slot in front of my hero. We'll have to see. Not fully certain exactly how I'll be playing that out yet. But, our hero is starting to die a little bit too quick in many of these battles, and I don't exactly want to switch my hero class yet, because if I switch my hero class to, let's say, Titan, since we have that gem fee thing, that means I'm gaining no EXP for that entire day, which would be bad. So we'll just keep it as this for now and just hope it's good enough for raids. If nothing else, it doesn't really matter if we do lose some of them, because we have so many battles, and a lot of people are buying tier 5 now that it gives the legendary ingots, that it might not even matter if we really do a little bit less. Like if we lose or something. For now, we'll go with this. We just enraged the most useless thing on our entire team, all the way on the last slot. Obviously, that's not too useful, and this is all the way up front. Also, hello everyone. Hello Danny. Hello Captain. Hello Jamie. Hello Steve. Hello M78. Hello Zork. Hello Demon Angel. Hello Mark Punk. Hello Adam. Hello Bass. Hello Zeddicus, and hello everyone else. Welcome. Use Mang and 3 times Faunessa. I was considering going Mang 3 times Faunessa. It seems like a lot of fun. I probably will do that tomorrow, or if we start failing today. One of the 2. But yeah, I was considering it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. What do we need here? But that's a lot of damage once you start reaching these higher ones. Look at that, like 115 immediately every single time. It's very, very high damage. Should just get a Mang here, good. And now we can start setting everything forward, so we'll go to that. Get rid of his everything. Unfortunately, we're stunned, which does mean every single one of our traits are stunned, so we don't get to use any of that at the moment. Let's go and, yeah, just poke him with his own HP. We'll do that, boom. Really gigantic hit, then we just throw it with this, and that's a kill. And come on, hero, tank it out. You have 2 more hits that you can take. You got this. Okay, we'll take that down. Get a bunch more manas. That ability is kind of useless after we've gotten past this. That's the other problem, too. At this point, it almost is just worth using a Faunessa instead of this, isn't it? Because she's lower mana cost. She gains HP from it. She's yellow, so she gains 1 to all stats. Yeah, there's a lot of extra benefits compared to what you would be getting. So maybe we do finally switch out. I kind of still want to keep King Selinus, but I don't know. If we get rid of that, then we don't really need it for much. We could set our hero to half XP, which I believe I still accidentally have set. I should probably undo that since we're using this. Yeah, I guess we'll give it a shot. I was planning on doing that a lot later on, but, you know, at like the higher level range. But we might already be at a high enough level range that it would work. So we'll give it a shot. Just to see how it works for a battle, and if it works good enough, we'll just keep using it. Alright, so take that skull. It's not going to be enough to kill, but that's what King Salinas and the others are for. We'll go get rid of highest armor in case we poke it down. Blast Thought's one of the better ones to do it in as well. Do we actually secure this one, or do we just go for skull? I think we actually secure it just so he doesn't get a bunch of brown for the other guy. So we'll do that. Try hitting this other guy down. Hit him with a skull, and that'll pretty much be match. And now we soon find a skull. Somewheres. We shall find one. Okay, we'll move. We'll try to take a skull right there. Didn't get it. Didn't cascade. Just move the other one over. And there's the skull we need. Way overkill. Let's go see what triple Fonessa can do. I kind of want to move our hero back one if we do that, though, but I don't know, I guess we'll be fine keeping it up front. Yeah, we'll give it a shot, see what happens. Do I need to change a banner? Yes, I probably do. What is a minus anything banner just about? That gives a lot of red. Is there anything other than a -1 brown that gives +2 red? Why must that be the only two +2 red banner? Is there a +2 brown banner that is also decent? No, because they all minus purple. Why? Both the two banner types we need do not exist. And that one minuses, seriously, there's 3 +2 brown banners, and all of them minus the color we need. They either minus purple or they minus yellow. Well, that's unfortunate. And the only +2 red banner has minus, brown on it, which would defeat the whole purpose of even doing that in the first place. So I guess we just stick with what we have. Just so if we surge on either of them, we'll get full mana. If we surge on purple, we will, and if we surge on yellow, we will, because now we have +2 yellow. So there we go. We'll roll with this. Why am I trying to... Wait, you can actually change the team of this? Or the name of it? I never even realized that. Let's just name it attack. Let's see. How do you spell attack? That's how you spell attack, right? Why does I feel like that is spelled wrong? Attack with attack. Oh, it doesn't fit. There we go. This is how you spell attack, right? Well, it fits, so there we go. Hey, actually can change his name. I wonder if it changes back. I never bothering to change the name of this team because it's kind of pointless because it gets deleted after the event. But that's cool. You can actually name it for the event if you really wanted to. Anyways, yeah, everything's set. I just need to go change my perks, I believe. Actually, I might already have the right perks because I was already using the incorrect perks. So now they're probably correct. 50% mana start, yep, and extra purple, yep, both the two I need, so perfect. And there we go. Okay, let's give this a shot, see what happens, and go from there. So we have 3 Fonessas. They gained 1 to all stats per turn. Not only that, but they also all start with empowered, so we can just go and plow it down in seconds. Only real big issue here is we only use brown and red when we're starting the battle. So I'm going to preemptively start hitting down one of these. Probably the guy who has stone skin, just so we start working that down already. Every turn I take, I want to be taking either, which is not anywhere on the board, unfortunately. I want to be taking either a skull, a red, or a brown. So initially, red and brown is everything I need to be taking. Unfortunately, where is all of it? Not getting any of it, barely. So right there, I actually don't want to take that, so we're just going to let him do something weird and hopefully cascade us something while we keep taking out the guy who has stone skin. There's a skull, but we don't gain much value from it yet since we haven't gotten the... Mang down, but we'll still take it just so he doesn't hurt our hero too much, since we don't have barrier or anything. Once again, we have a pretty bad board here. I guess we'll just take a purple and surge it, get it back to full mana. Every single yellow or purple we take is full mana, so it's always going to have it pretty much. Can we get the boss hit already? Hopefully he gives it something to us here, but we'll throw another poke down. He finally gives us what we need, and we did not surge it, so never mind. Not even close. So we'll go take this. I'll get a Mang down. If nothing else, at least we get 1 Mang before he dies, and that's the main thing we need. Before I do something, let me go grab that, in case he feels like going for it, and then we Mang the boss. And now we just start taking down the boss, and if we see a skull, each one of them one shot, and we go from there. So we'll take all that, throw another skull, instantly kill it. Do we take it with a Doom Skull, or do we drop it for blue? I guess we just take it, because we don't really need blue. He does not give us a skull, unfortunately, but we can just go and Fonessa this down, and just keep casting him. And now we just need a lot of finesses because you just killed my damage. I'll take that over. Still, even with that dead, every surge we take is actually still full mana. Actually, I didn't even realize that. Oh, no, we don't. I was going to say, we have enough purple that just taking a purple would be full mana even without a surge. We actually do not. We have +4 purple. If we set our banner to +1 additional purple, we would actually get full mana on Faunessa without even needing a surge. That's pretty funny. But we'll go take that. Get a little poke on it. Though we probably would surge with how high our chance is. But let's see. We'll try getting some purples next to each other. Purple or yellow, either or. That's how all of our damage come in. And of course, she gained stats this entire time while she was kind of behind our hero. 1 to everything per turn. And that's all the damage we'll need. And we have enough HP from her ability that she's never really going to die. And her attack isn't going to be reduced from anything. So we can just do that. It's such a strange team, but it does work. It definitely functions. I know, I've been wanting to use Titan. I'm considering it. I've been considering it. The main reason I'm not is because of the whole EXP situation. Maybe once I get a little bit closer to maxing literally every hero in the game, I'll start actually using it for its purpose. But yes, Titan would be best here. If you were to use literally anything in first slot right now, Titan would be the strongest. I'm not trying for a leaderboard or anything, so it doesn't matter as much. But if you are trying for a leaderboard, or if you need the higher strength due to having lower stats, Titan would definitely be the way to go, or any similar hero class. So do we focus the boss, or do we go for the Valraven? The Valraven's actually blocked, so we'll go for the boss. So we'll do that, throw another one down, that'll be dead. And now we work on the other one. Oh, he just took my mana. I should have taken that the previous turn. Oh, well, we'll take the purple. Look at that. That's no surge. We get 7 mana. I should probably set the banner to +1. But then we can't surge off of a yellow thingy, so it's not worth it. Wait, is there a +2 yellow, +1 purple banner? It sounds like a thing that exists. The only problem with that is it would make Mang even harder to get, but it would make her even easier, so I think it would be worth it overall. Alright, let's go throw a Mang on that so we can go kill it out. Sure, we don't have to deal with it. Dead. And it's pretty much match. No! Kiro, stop dying! But we'll go and kill out Valraven. Make sure that's secured because we need that kill. And at this point, it's pretty much just a cakewalk of taking every yellow and purple we see and just poking him ever so slightly with each of them. Nothing good for us to take. I see the red. I'm trying to find a different move, and it doesn't appear to be so. So let's go do that. Take the other one. Oh, I didn't even take the skull. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Though we do still have an enrage. I would want to use that before it kind of expires by her dying. But we'll go, and I kind of want to hold this thing's mana for just a little bit, since if we leak over, it'll get to the other one, just so we have all 3 of them. Let's take a skull, any skull we see, particularly that first one, since we had the enrage for it. Nice, another free one. He just leaves the other one there for exact damage to kill him. And now the mana leaked into the other one, and all we have to do is keep throwing this down into maybe 1 skull. And that should be enough. So we throw that down, boom. Double check, looks good. Throw another one. And let's see. What else do we need into it? This was throw that. I'll take whatever. I'll take a yellow. Skull, and anything will kill it. So we'll get 1 more Faunessa. Instantly to full mana, and dead. There we go. Drock Zoom banner? Which one is Drock Zoom? I should forget what that is off the top of my head. We can't do that. That has -1 yellow. Yeah, we can't do that. Because I want to have +2 yellow so we could surge it. I need a +2 yellow, +1 purple. Does that exist anywhere? It seems like something that would. There's the inverse of that, but I need the other way around. I need +2 yellow, +1 purple. Without minusing brown or red, ideally. But it doesn't exist. It is not a banner currently, unfortunately, so we can't go down that route. But yeah, we'll stick with what we have then, it's fine. Okay, and to the next one. It just means we can't full mana on a purple unless we get a surge. But we still get so much mana. We get 7 mana from a non-surge, and 10 from a surge. Which is definitely plenty enough. We're actually going to take reds and browns immediately. I'm not going to bother throwing our abilities. Oh, wow, that was actually really lucky. First turn Mang. Unfortunately, it gives him a skull. I guess we have to take that skull. Well, we don't have to, actually. We'll let him have 1. It's not that bad to give him 1. It's not going to be that big a deal. And we'll die because of that 1 skull watch. No, maybe we should. Seems actually relatively safe because they gain so much stats from however long prior we go, unless they kill us out like super quick. Right, we're going to pass our turn again because I have a feeling, actually red's kind of safe, but I have a feeling he's going to give us a skull, so we'll wait it out. Several locations where a skull could fall where we could use it. Actually, literally all 3 of those locations. If he takes those red, if a skull falls out anywheres, we'd be able to use it. Oh, no, we wouldn't. Never mind, right there we wouldn't. But if it falls there or there, we'd be able to use it. Anyways, let's go throw down on Stone Skin. And there it is. There's the one skull I needed. Boom. And, oh, we actually got the full mana from it, too. Do we go for Faunessa here or just go for Mang? I guess we go for Mang. Try for extra turn off the top. Didn't get it. We needed 2 blues to fall. Neither fell. Was that over? This is not enough damage. So I guess we just kill it with Faunessa at this point. Or that. That works, too. We'll Mang him. And Faunessa is not enough. We'll need 1 more with Faunessa, so we'll grab that. And that's match. Faunessa twice. And dead. Okay, on to the next one. Pretty easy. No stone skins. Let's go forward immediately again. No, there's no ban. Actually, there is a banner in Arena. Brown blue is present in Arena. Brown blue is indeed present there. But you can't actually change your banner. No, that is correct. Let's see. Have me and Salty made up? We were never doing anything in the first place. I don't know what she was going on about yesterday. She was just being really sassy. Let's see. She still didn't reply back to my message, though, if I'm not mistaken. Which is bad, because we are out of redeem codes. Let me double check that actually again. Oh, wait, never mind. Hold up, what's this? What's this? Aha! Never mind, she did. Very nice. Okay, we do have more codes, by the way. More than just the one I had. Let's see, what do we need? We'll take the... Oh, you know what? We might as well just keep throwing Finessas. We don't need another Mang. They don't have stone skin, so we don't need to worry about it. Main thing we should be worrying about is every yellow and purple. And also making sure he doesn't get skulls. It's not that big a deal, but it speeds up the battle if our hero gets to stay alive. Since we can just one-shot every skull if he does. Though it's not actually going to make or break most of these battles, if it does go down. Come on. And take the yellow in case we get a skull. Didn't get it. Keep throwing these, and that's match. Oh, really? You would get that. Oh, well. Take the skull. He's still alive, and that's way overkill. On to the next one. I know, there's so many laughs that end up coming down because of the 3 times of that troop. I think she's has the unique audio line, too. They do repeat a lot of audio lines in this game. But if I'm not mistaken, her laugh thing is actually unique to only her. They don't hear it that often. That or a few other things use it that happen to not be used that often. I don't normally pay too much attention to the audio lines because a lot of them are pretty similar. But it is kind of cool that some of them have completely unique ones. And there's still occasionally add ones that have unique ones as well. Anyways, I need Mang. Quite badly right about now. But we don't have it, so we'll do that. And he, of course, gets a skull, unfortunately. Gonna take this for a skull because that still gets us to full mana. Well, we're not gonna have our hero for long, but at least we got a single Mang down, so we got that going for us. Let's go kill out that, then kill out that. Luckily, he's blocked by yellow right now, so we don't have to worry about Valraven escaping, or most likely not escaping. None of that I want to take because it's almost guaranteed going to give him a skull. Actually, there's one that probably wouldn't, though there's still a chance. We could take this purple to the left. But then there's 2 locations where you get skull. There's too many locations where you can get a skull right now. Let's go through this. And unfortunately, he does an ability. So now we kind of have to try not to give him a skull somehow. And I think this purple, while super dangerous, is the safest way we have. So we'll take that. And once again, we're kind of in the same situation as the previous turn, where everywhere is dangerous for us to take. So we'll take it this way. There's 2 locations where you get a skull. Luckily, neither of them occur. We'll pass our turn with this because this area is way too dangerous. And somehow neither of us have managed to hit a skull yet, which is, I guess, good. What do we do here? I guess we try for a yellow. And hopefully don't get a skull in either of those 2 locations. Nice. Oh, we're frozen. Ah, I forgot you froze us. That would have been so perfect if we weren't. That would have been so perfect. Okay, we'll let him have another skull now. Or he'll just give it to us. Okay, that's fine. Grab that. Kill out Valraven with double of these. And go from there. Got that out. And now we just need to find a lot of yellow and purple. And she has like an absurd amount of HP now. Keeps gaining more and more every cast. Also, by the way, they did confirm yesterday that they are still doing a Pan's Veil rework. It's just not coming out this week, unfortunately. But they are still planning on one. That hasn't changed. It's not this week for whatever reason. I guess they weren't able to push it out in time. Obviously, it would have made the most sense to do it this week, but I guess they just couldn't fit in their schedule. You know, take skull, take skull. What else do we need to move around? Guess we'll try taking a yellow down. Didn't get it. Nice Faunessa in there. That pretty much misses. Well, he doesn't use the mana, so basically always misses. Doesn't even matter if he gains extra turns, because he ultimately only is going to take a skull at the end of it, if even that. We'll take a yellow here. We'll have a skull. We'll take anything, and dead off of Faunessa. I don't think we've lost a single Faunessa since we started running triple of them. After that overdose of salt, you had to go on dialysis. Let's see. I need a Mang. Skull we're just gonna let him have. We don't have it yet, so let's go straight into that. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know, and we'll make sure to do so. Of course, tomorrow, don't forget, we have a Moon coming in. Other than that, this Thursday, we also have the class event for this class. So if you haven't gotten it to level 70 yet, I haven't even mentioned that yet, but that could be something to consider too. Kind of like wait until you have, well, I guess technically Bard isn't the best of things to use. I was going to say, like, kind of wait till, like, you have level 70 Bard before you do the event. But technically, you could be using something like Titan and probably be using it better than the Bard this time around. But, well, pretty much always. Titan is almost always best in slot, if not always, in raids and invasions. Just because everything it has is just so perfect for it. But still, is worth considering getting into like 40 or 70 before you bother using it. And the event thingy is a good way to kind of do that, if you wanted to. Well, we'll go throw a Mang down. Get that over there. Yeah, I personally won't be doing anything with this event. I'll probably do the free battles just because it's a decent amount of gems and some free XP. But that's about it. I'm probably not going to go for the orb or leaderboard or anything like that. Though it is very, very easy to make the leaderboard. What do we need? We'll go and throw that down. Get out a skull poke. Yeah, having a level 70 Bard is definitely worth considering to have. It's used for Yellow Guild War Day. There's a few yellow teams that use it, like if you use a non-divine version of Infernus, Ubistet, or other stuff like that. Even just an Infernus or General or any of the bigger yellows. Basically, any team you're running a lot of yellow on runs Bard. Also, if they ever do eventually do the buff to Wild Folk, this troop does count as Wild Folk, as well as Pan's Veil, which is where all those, a good majority of Wild Folk are. So, if they ever were to buff it, you definitely want to have the class around. Unfortunately, that's not happening today, though, or this week, or probably even in the next month. Maybe next patch will happen or something. Okay, we'll go through that down. Oh, that wasn't even enough to kill. I thought that was. Oh, well, kill that out. And all we need to do is find a skull somehow. Grab that. See if he beats into one. Doesn't look like it, unless he does something really weird here. Nope. Okay, we'll go and I guess we'll try getting another Mang or something. Put that down. See what else he does. Take it like a yellow or something. There we go. There's the skull I'm looking for. And instantly overkill it with like 415 damage or whatever that was. What's your opinion on the new shield from Pan's Veil? It is 100% useless. But yeah, it's basically useless. The only thing you would ever really use it for is maybe a Yagwei team, and that's about it. Because most things don't really boost that well based on HP. Almost everything that boosts based on HP is useless, with exception of Yagwei, Def, but Def doesn't really use it that well. And I believe that's it. I think there's one other one. Oh, Ketris the Bull, but he boosts based on several stats, not just HP. Not to mention it uses the same color, so you'd have too much mana conflict if you were to use those two together. But yeah, basically Yagwei is about the only thing you would use it in. Some kind of weird Divinia. The team would basically be your hero using something, if you were to use hero. But it would be either your hero using something either in first slot or last slot, and then the team would be Divinia, Yagwei, and that weapon. Oh wait, never mind, duh. The weapon would be the thing you're using, my bad. So I guess you would need one other mana generator then. But yeah, just like Divinia, Yagwei, that weapon, and one mana generator to keep the team down and constantly keep the mana flowing. And that'd pretty much be it. It wouldn't really be too exceptionally well. You'd basically be going out of your way just to be able to use that weapon. Yeah, I wouldn't really advise using it. Especially not in raids. I don't know why they give it out in raids other than the fact that it's corresponding with the kingdom. But it's completely useless in raids. The only thing you would ever maybe use it for is some instances in invasions, or like I mentioned, with something that boosts based on HP well, like Yagwei. And that's about it. Okay, we'll take that out. And we pretty much already won every single time we get that down. Not much to do after that. I wonder how many people actually have 500. This seems like a ridiculously easy raid week compared to most weeks in the past. Normally raids is a lot harder than invasions, but for once I think this is going to be a week, or you know, like a kind of set of them where the raids is actually easier than the invasions, whereas it's normally the other way around. So I'll go for the stone skin guy here. Throw 2 of these at him. One single skull will take that out, so it'll be good to go from there. We'll throw that down. Let him do whatever. Throw another one down, go from there. Let's see, I will go take that. See that way. And then we just fun at him once, or throw anything at him, and he'll die out. Oh, I didn't even notice that there was a crescendo this week. Oh, very nice. Yes, I would say that that weapon is worth getting for $5. I normally pay no attention to these, but this is one weapon that I would say is worth it for $5. It is the best true damage weapon in the entire game at this current moment in time. It's definitely worth considering. Unfortunately, it is $5. They will eventually have some kind of means of obtaining it in the future, but at this current moment in time, this $5 pack right now is the only time you'll probably have in the next several months to obtain this weapon, until they actually add it into the game for some kind of resource. But yeah, it used to, when it first came out, of course, it cost glory. It was like 180 glory or something at the time. But now the only way you can get it currently is this $5 purchase. And it only comes around during a Pan's Veil event, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not even sure if it comes out every Pan's Veil event. It might just be some of them. But yeah, it only happens like twice a year. So yeah, I would highly advise getting this weapon. It deals true damage to all enemies and gains 2 magic. And then gains an extra turn if an enemy dies. It's not too useful for anything at the moment. As I mentioned in the past, true damage is really bad at the moment. But if true damage ever made a comeback, this would be a very, very popular weapon again. It was back when true damage was good, back when Crimson Bat and stuff such was amazing. When it first was released, it was insanely good. It wasn't even as good as what it currently is either. They actually buffed it, oddly enough. But yeah, Crescendo. Here's all the perks on it as well, if any of you, because I don't believe you can actually check it in the shop. But here are all the perks if you guys want to figure out if you want it or not. It gives a lot of durability. It actually gains 2 magic, though do keep in mind, it only gains half its magic as additional damage. So it has like, it's 2 plus magic divided by 2 is what it is. So it's magic divided by 2 and then add 2 to that. So 12 and then add 2 and then 14. So every 2 magic it gains is only 1 additional damage. It's not every magic is 1 damage. Not on this weapon. There's a few of them that are like that, and Crescendo is one of them. Anyways, it gains 2 extra magic, which is technically only 1 extra true damage. It gains 6 life and 4 armor. Doesn't gain any additional attack then. It creates a green gem, which is horrible. Gains 2 to a random skill, which is okay. Not exceptionally good, not exceptionally bad. Fairy Fire the first enemy, which is actually insanely good. I do not know if that works beforehand, though. But I do know that it works properly with true damage. If that actually works beforehand, that's actually insanely good. Because you do automatically gain an extra turn off this weapon when you get a kill. So the Fairy Fire, the first slot's actually insanely good on this, because we're doing 14 damage. That would then raise our damage to 21 damage instead of 14. I do not know for sure if it triggers beforehand. I might actually get this weapon max soon. But other than that, it also gains enchant after every cast, which is also insanely good, because even if you're blocking it or anything else, after you get the first cast, you pretty much perpetually always get it casted, because you just keep enchanting over and over again. Which is actually pretty cool. I wonder if any other weapons have that, because gaining enchant after cast is actually insanely powerful. But yeah, Crescendo's a really good weapon. It's not really used for anything at the moment, and it does need to be fully maxed out to fully utilize it, because of the perks are just pretty nice on it. It's kind of like same level of decentness that the Divine Protector has, as far as how good its perks are. It's not the absolute best perks in the game, the Crescendo, but I don't know. It will definitely have potential in the future. It's just at this current moment in time, it's just not really worth it. But yeah, I would say it's worth considering getting that for $5 and just storing it aside for later, because we have no clue when they're going to be adding old weapons back to the game, and that is one of the few really insanely good unobtainable weapons that are in the game. Oh, that was totally supposed to be an extra turn. Somehow I still managed to get an extra turn off it, though. Wow, we failed and still somehow got it. Nice. We'll go and grab a red here, try getting the red off the top. Get a Mang down. And go from there. Get a hit, get another hit. Is it worth it to use all gold ingots for Mang or Earth's Fury? No. Personally, both of them are kind of bad because they get that 1 gem thing. Almost every weapon that gets that 1 gem thing, unless their other perks are insanely good, is not worth it. Like with that Crescendo, it was worth it just because its other perks are insanely good. But Mang and that other thing don't really get anything too exceptionally decent from getting to the higher levels. And I'm personally just keeping them at +5 for a while until I have to upgrade them because of Kingdom upgrades. But that's a long, long while away, so I don't need to do that anytime soon. But yeah, I'm leaving at +5 for now, which is the end of getting the bonus stats. If you go any further, they get that +1 gem spawn. And when that's the only thing that they really do and none of their other effects are good, it's a really, really negative effect that normally backfires, because you could easily give the enemy an extra turn or something like that. Normally, explode a random one is actually pretty good. Like if it says like explode a yellow or explode something like that, it's decent, or a random gem, or skull, or anything else that it might say. But when it says create 1 gem, and it doesn't matter what that 1 gem thing, or 1 skull, whatever that is, it backfires heavily, almost all the time, and I wouldn't really advise using it. Or getting the perk, I should say. Dawnbringer is another one that's like that, which is the other reason why I'm not really upgrading it. Yeah, more often than not, it's not going to be good. It's just going to backfire. Very, very, very insanely rarely would a 1 gem spawn actually help. Like, if we were to go and do a 1 brown gem spawn, there is currently only 2 locations on this entire board where it would be useful to us. But for the enemy, there would be 1, 2, 3... okay, apparently on this one it is only 3. But generally, there's a lot more spots where it would be good for the enemy than it would be good for you. Almost double normally. So it's not really that good to have as an effect. Because more often than not, it's at like 50% to like double the amount of good spots are for the enemy. Just because of how the board is. Same thing with Cascades normally. Like, for example, if we were to go and... of course, there's no example on the board when I want to try finding it. But, let's see. Let's say there was a 3 times, like, right down this area, and we had this blue. There'd be twice the chance that the enemy would get the gem to fall in its favor, because if the blue fell there... actually, this is a really bad example, but let's say there's a blue there, there, and there. And blue could fall in either of these 3 locations if we were to take a 3 here. So if it fell there, it would be good for the enemy, since it'll be able to extra turn. If it fell there, it'd be good for the enemy, because they'd be able to extra turn. And it would only be good for us if it fell there. And that's the same problem that spawning a single gem has. Because if the gem was to spawn there, well, it helps the enemy. If it spawns there, it helps the enemy. And it would only be good if it spawns there for us. So more often than not, there's more spots where it's going to help the enemy than it will help you. And it's just statistically going to be helping the enemy more often. Which is just a weird thing to put on any weapon, because why would you want to have a perk that literally just makes the enemy have a better chance of winning? That's what every single one of those 1 single spawn things do. We'll go through this down. Of course, you could get lucky off of it, but very, very rarely would that occur. Okay, we'll go and take that over. Grab all that mess. Get a hit down on it. No skull. Just that laugh. Okay, we'll go and... I don't know why. Her laugh keeps getting funnier every single time I hear it. What do we need? We'll go grab just a little poke on it. Get that down. Wow, it actually got a skull off of that. We'll take a purple over. Take that. We almost lost our first Faunessa. Oh no! Gotta go get our HP back up. Let me actually throw it now, just in case it dies. Not like it would really matter much, but... let's see. Because it doesn't matter how many troops we actually lose in this, as long as we win. And dead. And even if that wasn't, we had another one. And we still had 2 of them alive. Hey, Bard level 73. Getting it to level 100 is kind of pointless, but we need to do it eventually, so... might as well start working towards it still. I probably won't be maxing it this week. I don't really have much of an inclination to do so. Mainly because we just don't need its final perk. And I'd rather just have it go up slowly over time. No! What are you doing? How are you already at full mana? Why do you have double air link? No! Oh, wow, that's bad. I was going to try getting Mang up first. Apparently, that's not happening. Let's go and... okay, good. He didn't dodge the battle. We're fine. He also only got 1 mana from that. So we got to be careful, though. We'll go do that first, just so we can go skull poke him. Ideally, we'll just get a skull here. I'm actually not going to be poking him here, because I'm hoping we can get lucky enough just to find a skull. So we'll wait it out. He doesn't get any Zugok. Oh, we almost had it. Not quite, though. Okay, I guess we'll go and just start hitting him down. Even though normally I'd hit one of the further ones back, because we'd hope for a skull, but of course he's using Valraven there, so you want to make sure that goes down as quickly as possible. Make sure he doesn't get any yellows. Make sure we try getting a skull somehow. Or baiting him into one. Problem is every move I have here will give him a skull. Really? Alright, we'll take this one. He does not give me one, but he does give all that. Nothing else. Oh, there he goes. Perfect. Okay, he's down. So we don't need to worry about anything now. All we have to do is just apply the last little bit of our damage. Take all that, take that. And just throw a bunch of these down on the further one, and then find a skull to kill out the first guy. And he'll split damage us. That does so little damage. It is embarrassing how little that does. He barely even hits 20 damage to everything on my team. He gains so little benefit from higher stats, which is why he's never used in late game. As you can tell. Look at that. He is such high everything. As far as his armor, HP, magic, all that. But it does barely anything because all it is split damage. Okay, anyways, let's go throw a Mang at him since he's already kind of in that position. All we need to do now is just get a few more Farnesses. So we'll throw that. That guy's down. Now we just need a skull for him or 2 more Farnesses. Either or will do it. And let's move that over. Try for skull. Didn't get it. 1 more Farnessa will do it. And how did you not get a surge? And he just randomly gets a kill. Doesn't matter much though. Grab that. It looks like we're going down the double Farnessa route. So I'm not even going to bother with that skull. I believe that would actually make it so it's not enough damage. And there we go. Oh, you got your famine today. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh yeah, I think I got a Dragon Soul today. Let me see. I don't know why I saved the mail for it, but I did. We got a Dragon Soul. I don't really need more Dragon Soul, but we got one. And I believe he's craftable this week too. I would definitely advise if you have the diamonds for it and you're a newer player, don't leave this week without having a Dragon Soul. It is insanely, insanely good. It's the one Legends. Well, I guess Gorgolfa and Dragon Soul. There's a few of them out there, but he's definitely the #1 troop in the entire game to have at a lower level range. At a lower level range, there's literally nothing better than a Dragon Soul. Like, literally nothing. That's not even an exaggeration. Even Ubistet and Furnace, stuff like that, is weaker than a Dragon Soul at a very low level range. Like, if you're below level 300 or so, Dragon Soul is the absolute best troop in the game. He's still really decent into later into the game. It's just, at a lower level range, he's the absolute best. Because he hits 20 full AoE to all enemies, 20 to every single enemy, just with a full Dragon team. The second you get him, doesn't matter what your stats are or anything, the second you own one of him, you can start doing 20 damage to all enemies. Not only that, he does a few explosions to get his mana back, and he also gains souls every cast, which makes him perpetually always good, just for that reason alone. And he's used in essentially every Dragon team in the entire game, and you don't even need to worry about its traits, because its traits don't really help it that much. It helps it to not die, basically, is what the traits do for Dragon Soul. So it doesn't actually help you offensively. So once you have it, you have him at full offense, which is kind of nice. But yeah, highly advise getting him. And of course, you get those from dungeons and such, the resources to go and craft them. I might as well go do dungeons real quick before I forget it. Okay, let's see. What do we need here? We'll go and grab a blue, get a few hits down, go and throw that, get our instant kill, throw in Furnace, and dead pretty much just off of that. We'll survive with ever so slight HP, a little bit of everything. Then let's Ubistet it since it's quicker. Generally, if you have something that you can kill out the enemy with that doesn't have any board control, you want to go for it over the board control. That's because you can get a lot of cascades, and it can waste a few seconds. And while that doesn't normally matter too much, if you're doing like a lot of battles in a row, it starts to add up to a lot of time. Okay, we'll go and get the kill right there. He can get full mana. He doesn't even go for the other extra turn, though unfortunately he ends up landing it, so take that skull over. Do the last little bit of our mana. Come on, Furnace. How are you not the full already? Do we not have a drop? No, we do not. Just grab that, throw in Furnace, and then we just have to throw one more poke to go clear that out. And there's our one more poke. And the final battle. What about Max Prey Seeker? All those marks? Max Prey Seeker actually isn't really that good. It might have potential in the future, once again. But yeah, I guess it's an okay one to kind of have. I feel like it's overrated a little bit, though. Like, people were saying that it actually is pretty good. It's... I don't know. I guess if you were to really be utilizing a team that uses true damage like that, it would be okay. I guess maybe with, like, some kind of... skull spam into like a true damage, like if you ran Orion, or I mean if you ran Orion first slot into a true damage team with Prey Seeker, I think that would be okay, because Orion also does Hunter's Mark on his ability, and then you can kind of combine that. He has that 75% true damage thing on his skulls, but normally if you're using him, he's already one-shotting. But I guess the Hunter's Mark will just kind of ensure that he gets those one-shots, regardless of giving him an attack buff or not. That's like the one thing I would really say would be okay with, is like an Orion skull spam team, and that's about it. They also don't have any mana conflict either, which is nice. Orion is green, yellow, and the Prey Seeker is brown. The only problem with Prey Seeker on top of that, though, is most Skull spammers do use the color of brown. Almost all of them do, with very few exceptions. It's actually one of the reasons Divine Ishbala is pretty good, too. Like, Divine Ishbala into Forest Guardian, because they don't actually utilize brown in their coloration. So you can use some of the other browns, like a brown tank up front or something like that. Because normally browns are pretty tanky. Brown normally has Skull Spam or tankiness. That's generally, like, the two things that brown tends to have. That are, like, really high durability, which I guess is tankiness. Which would you craft for a quick PvP team? Or wait, what would I suggest for a quick PvP team without Ubista or Infernus? It depends. What are some of your other things to use? Because one of my other favorite quick teams in PvP uses Worldbreaker. Worldbreaker isn't used as much these days, but it's still really good. I use it with Mountain Crusher, Dragon Soul, Worldbreaker. And then your last slot is either Glitter Claw or Fair Shra. Fair Shra if you want souls, or Glitter Claw if you want to win ever so slightly quicker. And that's pretty much the team I like using. I think I still have it set up as well. Yeah, ideally you use Dragon Guard hero class with it though. The reason I haven't been using as much is, well, I haven't been using Dragon Guard because we already have it max and we've been working on all of the other hero classes, of course. Anyways, let me get back to raids. I think we still have 4 battles left, actually. Isn't that how many we started with? No, it couldn't have been. I think we started with 8. Yeah, let's keep going. Actually, if my guild keeps going, we might actually be able to get a orb. We'll see. We'll get a few more 1,000 towards it. Yeah, Worldbreaker's fun to have. He's tied at the highest mana cost in the entire game, but he does so much explosions that once he gets going, he pretty much just stays at full mana for the most part. Hardest part is just getting him to full mana. He's also really, really insanely bad against mana drain, but as long as you're not up against it, it's fine. Now we'll go kill that out, start working on first slot since he has Stone Skin. See if we have any mana laying around, doesn't look like it. Throw down first, get that going. Take the reins, throw a skull. Not enough to kill it yet. Go for stuff for purple to all that brown, get a free turn, take another skull, kill that out. They'll just take a bunch of blues, yellows, purple, skull. Not dead yet though, so we still have that. I guess we'll throw a Mang at him first because we want to actually use up of that armor. And then we just double tap him, and that is match. For that, he'll get a free turn over there. It doesn't really matter. He doesn't even use it. Nor does he pose any threat. And we end with 427 attack, if that wasn't already enough. Does that mean Ubistet will also be in next things, or next week's thing? Because he hasn't been around for a while. He's been out for almost a month now, hasn't he? No, more than a month. He's been out for 6-7 weeks now, or something like that. Surprised he hasn't been on the rotation. Unless they do a rotation in one whole gigantic chunk. And maybe he came out like right at the beginning of that, which is why he hasn't been around for a while. Which means it could still be a couple weeks if that is the case, if they do it chunk by chunk. Like if they go through one rotation and then they add the mythics to that drop table after that one rotation. He could have came in at the beginning of that rotation, and now it could be like 4 or 5 weeks before we see him. If he goes really unlucky on the next rotation. Let's see. Yeah, all mythics cost 4,000 diamonds. They're pretty expensive to actually get. It normally takes a few months of playing the game to actually obtain that many resources. And there's no way to power farm the resources that are required for it. It's just something that you get a slow trickle of over time. You mainly get them from guild tasks as well as from doing dungeons every day. What do we need here? I guess we'll go through... I kind of want to pass my turn because I want that skull. I don't know if I actually poked him yet. I shouldn't have been. We should be poking this guy out. Take that skull, kill it out instantly. Well, speaking about kill it out instantly, wow, that did a lot of damage. Gotta be careful of that. He could actually win with that. It's not like excessively high, but keeps poking enough times is gonna work. But we'll go and double castle on him. Need 2 more hits down, so we'll go get the last little bit of our mana. See what we can do from there. Just take the yellow. Oh, it didn't surge. We got the +2 yellow for that exact purpose, and we didn't get it, unfortunately. Or we didn't get surge. Alright, we'll get that, and now we just have to kill out this last one. Why does it always feel like it's him left every single time? Ice Troll. At least it's pretty useless, though. Like, him on his own has almost no chance of winning. Unless he just got super insanely lucky with skulls. But how much durability we have, even if he did. If he hit, let's see. If he had like 10 skulls in a row, I think that'd be enough. But if he hit like 6 or 7, that still wouldn't have even be enough to kill us. And realistically, the most they'd ever do in a row is like maybe 3, 4, maybe 5. They got super ultra insanely lucky. Wouldn't really be too much more than that. Unless they had skull spam or something, of course. But he's just him, so no skull spam to worry about. We'll do that. He took my mana. Try for skull. I kind of want to try for skull. I think it'd just be better off trying to find our mana though after he casts. He'll do a bunch of stuff. We'll take a purple or a yellow. And neither of them are available, of course. Why? We'll go throw another poke, I guess, and wait it out the last little bit of our mana. There we go. Oh, come on. Where's all the surges? It's the second time now we didn't get the surge when we needed it. But oh well, it's not like we're going to lose the battle. It's just making the battle take longer. And down it goes. Okay, 2 more left. Probably 4 more left, because hopefully we'll find a Valraven on one of these 2. Come on, Valraven. Yep, there it is. And it is not blocked on yellow, however, so I have to be very careful. I almost want to kill that out immediately. Oh, good. We got first turn Mang. So that'll help some. So here's the question. Do we just go all in on it? Or do we care about the boss first? Kind of want to go all in on it. But then again, that won't be enough attack for us to win. So you know what? I will go for that first. And then we'll worry about the boss. So next up, we'll go and... actually, we could just leave him like that now that we have the attack. And now go for the Valraven. I think that's the game plan then. So let's go all in on Valraven now. Take a yellow over. Grab the last little bit of our mana. Take it off of like this purple over here. Grab that. It'll just do whatever right there. Take the blue down. Take the red. Take everything. Oh, we got another Mang too. Perfect. Do I actually throw that? Is that enough damage? Yes, that would be enough damage to follow up with a double. Before we do, let's just take a free skull. Or not free skull, but a skull. We'll do that. Throw a Mang at this. He better not take yellow. Oh, he's about to take yellow. Okay, good. He didn't take yellow. That would have been very bad. Let's see. Will he extra turn that yellow if he takes it? I don't think he will. We'll do that. He doesn't even go for it. Perfect. Go for it again. Okay. Now we have to kill the boss out. He still could technically win. We didn't go for the Zugoff, so he could just constantly keep killing us out. He doesn't have any kind of board control, though, so we'll take him a little while to actually get going. And never mind, he's already dead. He's nowhere near it. He has 20 mana he still needs. And that's over. Now we just have the 1 to take out. Okay, we'll take purple down. Get like 3, 4, 5 Faunesses at it or something. And yeah, let's take skull, dead. So you take a Faunessa, does more damage at this point of the raid. Yes, earlier on, I would say you keep using Siren. But later on in the raids, definitely switch to her. I was going to wait until a little bit further into the raids, but I guess we're already far enough that it's pretty much good. 147, 80s. We're hitting decent enough that it's definitely worth just using her instead. And you have Empowered on her, so you get it immediately. You have all the purples. They are also using yellow, so you get 1 stat per turn if you're using fully traded Bard. This is a lot going for it. Okay, what do we take here? Obviously, I want Mang mana. Problem is, none of this is Mang mana. So I guess we'll go and start working down the most annoying one of these, which I guess is technically his first slot in a way. But I don't want to go for that one, so I guess we go for you then. Okay, still we need Mang mana. We'll take this though, get it to full. He'll take a skull, doesn't matter too much. Wow, that cascade. You gotta be careful. He's actually gonna take out Hero before we even get it operational, so we are gonna go for that. Double skull. Oh, good thing I did not give that to him. He actually would have killed us right there. Our hero, if I didn't take that. So there's still a skull right there. I kind of want to take it just so he doesn't. Unfortunately, we didn't cascade the mana, but we'll just take a brown here. Get the full, throw a Mang, go from there. So we get the Mang on that thing. All we have to do now is just hit it twice, and that'll be a match. Okay, he doesn't hit hero. That's perfect. Throw it down again. Take down yellow. Go and try getting the last little bit of our mana. We'll take it off our purple or something. He'll kind of pretty much miss for the most part. And the raid boss is down, so he doesn't really gain any excessive value out of it. Let's take a yellow here, get this full. I should have cast one more time, but oh well. We'll go and which one do we go for? At this point, we could even just go for first slot. Oh no, that's not gonna be enough damage. Alright, we'll go for this one. Hit it 3 times. And then we'll try 1 skulling into 1 skull again. So no skull for us to take. We'll go try finding the other manas. We'll take the yellow over, get the full, get 2 of them to full. No skulls here again, but we could probably cascade into 1. No, we cannot. Okay, well, we'll leave it as is. Maybe he'll do something weird to give us a skull. And because of that, we'll start hitting this one, because he'll probably give us one. Or he'll kill us, never mind. Well then, we'll take that purple. He'll hit us again. He actually got a kill out of that. Gotta be careful, he can still win. Let's see. It's pretty unlikely, but still could happen. Stop hitting skulls! Okay, we'll go and, actually, we should probably go to the first slot, now that we have skulls to hit it with. Because our skulls wouldn't be enough damage anyways to kill it. Do this again. Take another skull, kill that out before he does something weird again like that. Give the other guy mana. He'll just poke us once or twice. Okay, poke him back. And then we just finesse him twice, and that'll be the kill. Well, that was the closest they actually came to winning so far since we bothered using all Finessa. But still, even with that, we still have a 206 HP Finessa with a bunch of other stats. It's kind of funny. Would you suggest to forge Ubestead or Infernus first? Oh, definitely Infernus. 100% Infernus first. Infernus is used way, 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 way more than Ubestead. Like, ridiculously way more. What do we take here? I guess we'll take a brown. I want to keep the purples on the board. We'll do that. Oh, never mind. That gives him that. Oh, well. I'll take the brown, get a Mang down, and be good to go from there. Take Mang, go over mana going, throw double Finesse to kill it. I think double Finesse is always enough to kill it, feels like, after Mang. At least this late, once it has that high of an attack value. That's why am I taking red? I shouldn't be taking that color. Oh, well. Do we have any Cascade here that would work out decently? Yes, it would, because we can actually turn that and then get another skull right afterwards and just double skull him. Perfect. And then we throw another Mang and we find another skull that's already killed. And there's another skull. Oh, no, no, it's not, because our hero just died. Fail. He would get it. He gets to hit one out of our 4 allies randomly, and he managed to actually hit the right one. I guess in a way that makes the AI even better, because it's going to pretty much be random anyways. So if it randomizes like that, it may even have a higher chance of hitting us. Oh wow, we actually got another Valraven on the final battle. Was not expecting that, but that is very nice. He's blocked on yellow too, so that makes it slightly easier. So we don't have to worry about rushing him immediately. We can just go for the boss like we normally would. Still want to throw a poke at him here though, because we don't have Mang mana, and I don't want to throw on the boss when we haven't Manged him yet. Mang, what are you doing? Where's your Surge? We should have full mana already. I'll take a yellow over. Demon Surge that, but we did get a cascaded mana, so that works. Grab that, get Mang, kill boss, kill Valraven, and win. And we even have Enrage, so even if he had Stone Skin on first slot, that wouldn't matter. Though he doesn't, so it doesn't matter that we have Enrage. At least we have it. Alright, we'll get that. He gets a little bit of mana. Oh no, he's starting to get some Valraven mana. It's not going to matter, though. I highly doubt he's going to take that yellow and Surge it. Though you never know, he might. Okay, good, he doesn't. We're fine, because now he's blocking on yellow again, and there's nothing that can really get us now. So we'll go and keep throwing these down. 2 more will do it. So let's go find the second one, take that, and he's dead already. There's no way he's going to get Valraven to full mana in 2 turns. And grab that. Thank you for the Mang. Actually, it doesn't even get us to full Mang, but oh well. We already have enough damage to kill it, so it doesn't even matter if we do get that off. Anything we need to do is get purples and yellows. Actually, you know what? I guess we'll utilize that. Actually, no, we won't. Not yet. We'll do that. Now we throw a Mang. Get a ridiculously high attack value. We could actually probably get like 1,000 attack if we really wanted to. It's been a while since they got 1,000 attack off of just Mang. It is possible. And there we go. Normally you wouldn't, though, in a general battle. Because the stats on the enemy team would have to have a lot of armor buffers for it to work, normally. That was a weird loading screen. But we got a Valraven, and we got a Celestial, too. And 2 party XP, and a bunch of damage, and some souls, and all the normal stuff we normally get. We're not going to reach it today, though. Tomorrow we'll have Portal 8 for our little orb. But anyways, into the next one. And can we get lucky enough with another Valraven? Nope, no Valraven. Let's see if the final one has it. Yeah, pretty much just a cakewalk this week. I should probably go double check the leaderboard. I'm curious how many people will have level 500. I feel like it's going to be a lot compared to normal. I wouldn't be surprised if for the first time ever the entire leaderboard is level 500. Or maybe not. I don't think that many people would bother spending that much on it. But you never know. Alright, we'll go throw that in there. But it's definitely possible. Like, if you were to ever, like, want to go for that leaderboard, while it wouldn't be, like, the best of time to do so, because probably so many people are going for it, it's probably the easiest time it would ever be, just due to the setup of how it is right now. Like, basically what I'm saying is, like, the requirement to do it is very low. All you need to do is have Mang, and you just need a fully traded Finessa, 3 of them. And you technically could make leaderboard off of just that. Especially if you're using like Titan or something. Where you could keep gaining barrier and stuff and make sure your hero doesn't die. Though do keep in mind, barrier doesn't work on Zugoff. But against everything else, it would keep him alive. Yeah, I'm still using Bard. It's actually stronger to use Titan or any other hero class that has barrier spam or enrage spam. Or both in the case of Titan. But I'm using this just so we get EXP. It's not horrible to use. We also get 1 stat to all finesses per turn, which helps keep them alive if our hero does die. Though if we were using something like Titan, our hero would just never die. Which would defeat the purpose. Or, you know, it would kind of fix that problem for us. But we'll go for that. Throw that down 2 more times. It's always pretty much going to kill him. He's stone skin, so that doesn't go down yet. Yeah, they're already killing us in 2 shots now. Because of how high their stats are. It's going to stay like that for the rest of their raids. On our hero, that is. Okay, we'll grab that skull. I almost didn't see that for a second. Oh, extra turn. Well, apparently I was paying so much attention to that didn't go for the extra turn. But we'll go and get Mang up again. Do it on the stone skins so we don't deal with that guy. Hero's probably going to die any second now, but okay, no, apparently not. And then we just go for another double finesse. Take a little bit more mana. If we get a skull, that'll also be enough to kill. Didn't get one though. Double check the rest and just finesse a spam and this match. And there we go. And once again, we're almost reaching 500 attack every single time. Oh, and we're out of battles. But not too bad. Where are we as far as this? I'm kind of curious how high it goes up. Oh, we're almost there with just the tier 5. Wow. With tier 5, we're actually almost on leaderboard. Huh, maybe I will go to tier 6. We'll have to see. Wow, I didn't realize we're that close with just tier 5. We've gotten every Valraven and we've gotten every battle so far. So this is what perfect score... Well, I guess Valraven luck can vary. But this is perfect score so far. It might be our first ever perfect score raids as well. Unless something really bad happens, I don't really foresee it going badly. But, I don't know, we'll consider it. The only problem is that's 500 gems. Do I really want to pay 500 gems just for an orb? And the answer to that is definitely no. So hopefully we just get better Valraven luck than everyone else down here. So far, that's not the case. But it only takes like a few more Valravens to kind of sneak past them. We'll see what happens with it. Also, how many 500s? There's not too many, actually. But it's still early in the week. It's by the end of the week, it could still be way, way, way more than that. But, yeah, we'll see how things go. Yeah, it's probably not worth it for me to spend the extra 500, though. That's a lot. And we don't get anything good from it. We get 12 Kingdom Troops, which is kind of like event keys, kind of not. It can drop anything from common to mythic. We actually got a mythic already. I think I showed a screenshot in the video on Monday. But we actually got a mythic when we bought this weapon. On the 3rd pack, it ended up giving us a mythic. I don't know what the actual drop rate is from these, that you would get a mythic. But that's like the 2nd mythic I believe I've gotten from them now. And I've gotten several legends from them in the past too. The only problem is I don't personally ever need them. Because whenever they're running the event, it's normally not... most of these kingdoms have been out for ages, so all the content I've already had for ages. Well, really, any content that comes in the game I get pretty much immediately. That's been the case for like years now. But, I don't know, I just don't really need this. And that's like the only really good drop it's giving other than like 50 diamonds. And obviously 500 gems for 50 diamonds is not the good trade-off, to say the least. It would give us maxed out this guy, but we're not even using him this week, so, with the Faunessa team. It's not even really that needed. He only hits the boss really high, he doesn't hit the other ones really high. Whereas Faunessa hits literally everything really high. Anyways, yeah, I don't think we're gonna bother. I don't know why they made these so much more. Like, there's 1,000 gems just between the 2 of those. Yet you can do the entirety of, like, Bounty Hunter for 1,000 gems. It just kind of seems weird. But anyways, hopefully we'll get good Valraven luck. We'll have to see. Yeah, the Bard event is this Thursday, if you need to get it a bit higher. Getting it to 40 or 70 is definitely kind of nice to have it for Guild Wars and such. Also, we still haven't even done the trophy thing yet. Need to go do that. Gotta go win a bunch of battles in PvP. I almost might repick this. We have to use a bunch of teams that use 3 green. I can't think of a single green team that works exceptionally quick. Normally this is good because we'll have some kind of overlap, but we don't actually have any overlap for it this time around, so I'm actually going to repick it. And, oh, perfect. Okay, all we have to do is just open some glory keys. That is very easy to do. Oh, we get 10 gems for that? Really? For 30 glory key openings, we get 10 gems. I'll take that. I don't mind. Let's see, what do we get? Oh, no! No! You're going to make me open 30 of them one by one. Because there's no 10 option. 1, 2... I'm not going to bother counting. We'll see it as they come. We got glory. Just have to pay attention for when it happens on the side. Hey, we got 1k gold. Well, at least we got to see them all one by one for once. But there's no open X button or open 10 at a time button. I don't want to open 30 because the more we open, the more resources we're wasting. Because there isn't anything in the drop table I really need at the moment, but you never know. We keep getting gold and other resources. We're actually getting pretty lucky on it so far, getting a lot of those resource drops instead of actual troops. Though then again, some of these troops I do technically need, so like some of the old event troops that I haven't bothered opening since. But mainly I need to save these for next kingdom. If nothing else, we have a reserve of 700,000 glory. I think we could spare some if we really had to spend them on keys at some point. I haven't spent glory on actual glory keys for, oh, I can't even remember the last time. Because we've always, for like the last 2 years, we've always had a glory key stack. Pretty much since glory keys existed, I've almost always had a glory key stack of some kind. It used to be a lot bigger. I think it got to like 50,000 or 60,000 at one point. Of course, it's a lot smaller these days. And we almost reached 0 at one point. Oh, there we go. And there's our 10 gems. And that's it. And now we just have to go get a bunch more trophies. I already did dungeons, already did all the event stuff. So, yep, let's go get the last little bit of trophies then. And just speed through some... oops, that's already the right team. And just speed through some PvP. You don't need to click X to close. Just click the blank space. Oh, yeah, I could just keep clicking in that location. I forgot about that. Yeah, you are correct. You can just click all the way in the corner, like where the button is, and just keep spam clicking that. It'd make it go slightly quicker. Alright, let's just throw the Ubistet down. A nice furnace in the middle there. What are you doing? And... is that aligned? Kind of. Good enough. Take that. Dead. And one more skull, and down it goes. You're looking for a good blue team for Guild War raids. What can I recommend? Corvash, Azura, KrissTigger, and one other troop. Probably your hero using something. Skady is also pretty nice if you have it. Queen Mab is decent. But yeah, it would depend on what you have as far as what the other troop is. I personally don't use KrissTigger anymore for Blue Guild War Day, though it is insanely good for. It's also craftable this week if you don't have it. Not the greatest of things to be crafting, but it's not horrible. It's really good in Guild War Days. It's also commonly used with Dragon Soul, which is also craftable this week. And I didn't even think about that either. Dragon Soul plus KrissTigger combo is literally craftable this week. I didn't even make much mention of KrissTigger. I was like looking at it, considering it. But since I was already mentioning Gorgolfa and Dragon Soul, I figured I wouldn't. But because that'd be a lot to have to craft 3 of those. And I don't know. Generally, I almost would never say crafting Legends is worth it. In most situations, unless you just really wanted the content. But Dragon Soul is one that is always worth it if you have 0 copies of it. There's never a single instance where that's not worth it. Just because he gives you a lot of souls. It's kind of like the whole thing with Farish Ra, where he just increases your soul rate by a ridiculous amount. That's what Dragon Soul does. Plus, it's actually useful for damage and stuff. Whereas Farish Ra is only really used for souls. Yeah, what Medieval just mentioned as well would work. Double KrissTigger. Oh, I haven't ran that for a while. Double KrissTigger actually was pretty fun. I did run 4 times KrissTigger too at one point, but we also did double KrissTigger. I believe that exact team that you mentioned at one point. I eventually ditched it when the new scoring system came in though, because it just wasn't scoring as well, but it was still pretty decent. Like it'll win, it'll definitely win, that's for sure. As far as its score, I think it scores normally around 9,200 or 9,300 if I'm not mistaken. Assuming you have the full amount of bonuses. Oh, we're gonna move that down. The last little bit of our mana. Actually, we're up against fire bombs. What am I even doing? All we have to do is keep passing our turns. As I say that, I literally do something that doesn't even pass my turn. Good job. All right, we'll go take Brown over. Let him have a fire bomb. Let him have another fire bomb. Is there any way I could do this? But oh, I was trying to take that in a way that would end my turn while also not giving him a turn. Apparently, he's still. I ended my turn, but it didn't give him. It didn't take away the extra turn from him. So he still wasted a bit of time. Oh well, let's go take our revenge against ourselves, except he hasn't maxed out the weapon yet. And he's probably using... oh no, he's using Bard. Bard's actually not too bad with this team though. It's not as good as Divine or something else, but we have 3 yellows, so it's not like it's doing nothing. I'll throw that down. Keep getting his furnace's damage higher and higher. Makes it even easier to land Ubistet, which is kind of cool too. I think we already have enough damage for it. He keeps getting more and more magic every turn. It's getting not only magic from itself, but it's also getting magic from our wait, yeah, it's getting it from I lost track for a second. But yeah, it's getting it from its ability as well as Bard's ability. Both of them are giving it +1 magic per turn, among other stats. It's also getting a lot of attack that way too. 2 attack and 2 magic per turn, plus an HP and armor every turn. It's definitely stacking up a pretty decent amount. I didn't even think about that. When it says to gain trophies, we could technically do Arena for that, couldn't we? I always do PvP, but Arena technically gains trophies quicker. Though more often than not, we'd probably just do it in PvP. Because we'd already be doing PvP anyways. But yeah, I didn't think about that. It actually would probably technically be ever so slightly quicker to do it in Arena. Because every Arena battle is like 3-point-something trophies each. Whereas the most trophies you can ever get from a PvP battle is 3. So if you're up against a lot of fire bombs, I guess it makes it even quicker just to do PvP. But, oh no, Dawnbringer one-shot's pretty quick in Arena. Okay, he revives, unfortunate, but we have Ubistet just waiting there to clear it out. And down it goes. Okay, let's actually do the 3 trophy. Because we're actually seeking trophies at the moment, so might as well go for it. But if anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. Because I'm just finishing out this last daily task, and that will probably be it for now. We'll be back tomorrow, though, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. And we'll be doing another week, or another day of raids, and also getting the new moon, or not new moon, but you know, moon will be available. It's not one you should really go and spend gems on. For the most part, almost no pet you would really spend gems on for the most part, unless you just really want it maxed for whatever reason. Maybe it's a bonus that you use a lot. But yeah, moon, definitely a little bit nice just to definitely make sure at least secure 1 copy of it by just going through it, because it does give you a slight higher soul bonus, which does work in Arena. So even if you're not doing actual soul farming yet and you're still just doing Arena, it does ever so slightly increase the amount of souls you get from Arena, as well as everywhere. Though earlier on in the game, Arena would be the most applicable area. Of course, later on in the game, soul farming somewheres would be the main thing that would help with. And in a way, it's similarly as useful. Hey, there's our 20 gems. It's similarly as useful as a Fairish Raw, though. Or, you know, that it's increasing your overall soul amount. I think we have it at like 3% right now, or something like that. Well, it's not too much. It definitely stacks up over time. 4% actually. But, yeah, basically every 20 hours, we get 1 free hour in a way. Actually, it's slightly longer than that. I think it's like every 25 hours, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah, like every single X amount of time that we're doing soul farming, we're basically just getting a free hour just from that 1 pet, which is kind of cool. And we'll go claim that, get our little bit of souls, and that's that. And other than that, of course, we have the class event on the following day as well. And this Friday, I believe we have literally nothing. Because we're not getting a new mythic. We don't have an event because we just had an event last week. Yeah, I believe the next one is Treasure Gnome, though. I believe Treasure Gnome is next Friday when we get the new mythic. So we'll be able to farm up with all that as well. And let's see. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see. You do Arena because PvP is boring as hell with the Divine meta. I don't know, I personally enjoy it, but that's because I own it. If you didn't own the Divine meta and then you're up against the Divine meta constantly, I could definitely see that being annoying. But because we can use it against everyone, it's actually pretty easy to go through. But yeah, they're probably going to be doing some kind of nerf to it in the future. They said they were planning actually on last stream to add better Divine counters. I mentioned a 5x skull spam Divine, kind of jokingly. But she was like, no. But there technically already is a 4x Skull Divine. It's not really that commonly used against it, but it does work. It's the Crimson Bat, for any of you that own it. Come on, screen, work. It's freezing at the moment. But yeah, if we go to Crimson Bats, it does 4 times damage to Divine, or potentially 4 times damage. It does 2 times to Divines, automatically. But it also does additional 2 times with stacks, which that... I can't talk today. It has a 2 times to Divines automatically, and then it has an additional 2 times that stacks with that other 2 times, giving it a 4 times bonus against Divines if they are missing HP. Which all you have to do for that is throw like a Marilith or his ability once, or literally anything that does 1 true damage to all enemies. Even just having a poison down on them would probably have caused that to happen. And then you just skull spam them down, and boom, 4 times skull damage with every skull you do. That's currently the hardest counter to Divines in the game. Though they are looking into making another one, or maybe even multiple other ones. that can counter out all the divines that exist. Also, they were originally going to make the next mythic coming out next Friday. Not this Friday, but next week's Friday. They were originally going to make it divine, but they ended up changing its typing. I forget what they changed it to. I think it's like Elf Beast or something. I forget what it was. But they changed its typing to not be divine anymore, to try to make sure that the divine meta kind of dies down a little bit. But yeah, they'll be adding counters to it eventually. Kind of curious what they'll actually do with it, but Crimson Bat at this current moment in time is the strongest one. Crimson Bat into Skull Spam. Great Maul for anti-divine, that could be okay, though the biggest issue you have with that is if they have Barrier, Barrier does stop Devour, so you need to make sure you have Dispel or an easy way to get rid of their Barrier. Otherwise, Great Maul will not be able to devour them. But yeah, other than Barrier, you don't have much to worry about them. Because there are some version of Divine teams that run Dawnbringer. Also, Divine Protector automatically gets Barrier normally, and the Hero class might as well, and some other things. There's definitely a lot of things under Divine that does Barrier, that's for sure. And if they're using a Divinia version of the team, their whole entire team is going to just get full of stas effects. Yeah, Divinia is another really big issue that ends up happening with Divine teams too, because now even lower range Divine teams are kind of decent. Low level Divine teams still don't have a good damage source, but Divinia is just insane how good this final ability is. I haven't been utilizing it much just because generally Infernus and stuff is stronger than it. Like, it's really good defensively, but offensively it doesn't have anything. It's just really good for making you not die. It doesn't actually help you win quicker, but it still has a lot of effects that it does. It's great for Guild Wars, but in the context of PvP, when you want to win as quickly as possible, it doesn't really come into play this late in the game. But it still could be used if you didn't have other options for sure. What's a good Dawnbringer team? Use Dawnbringer and you're looking for a good PvP team. Let's see. The absolute best Dawnbringer team I'd probably say would be something along the lines of... There's a couple different things you could use it in, but I like it in Gargoltha, Infernus, Dawnbringer, and Mercy, and running it that way. You would need to have an Infernus for that to be exceptionally good, though. But you basically just use Dawnbringer with one other really high-impact troop. You shouldn't ever use Dawnbringer as your only damage source, though. Dawnbringer as your only damage, other than in Arena, is really, really slow. You normally need at least one other really big impact to synergize with it, so that the battle doesn't take forever. Because Dawnbringer is a base damage, at least from a PvP perspective, is not exceptionally high for how much mana it costs, and the fact that it automatically ends your turn. But yeah, it hits about a 36 most battles. Actually, we have 20% right now. So actually, it normally only hits like, what, a 34 then, if you count all the boost ratio. Because this is quite a bit higher due to us having 20%. Yeah, I think it normally hits about 34 or so, assuming you're using a hero class that has a +5 damage to it, which we are currently doing. Yeah, about a 34 or so is what it would hit, which is definitely above average, but it's not like going to really be like anything too over the top, given that it takes 20 mana to do that and automatically ends your turn. There's technically a chance that you could not end your turn if you had it up to this destroy a random yellow, but and a destroy a random red. But the chances that those would actually end up landing is very, very unlikely. Though I do have to say, destroying a random gem like this is better than creating one, because you have a guaranteed chance that if there's a red or a yellow on the board, that you get at least 2 mana. You also know exactly the locations where it could end up going, whereas when you're spawning a random gem, it could be literally anywhere, and you have no clue what's going to happen with it. At least with destroy a random one, specifically of a color, you at least kind of generally know what's happening, and you at least get something even if it completely fails. Normally the best thing that could ever happen with any of these is if it explodes a random gem of any kind, either of a skull or of a just random in general, are the best ones to kind of look out for on weapons. But destroy is a lot better than creating one, that is for sure. So it doesn't backfire as hard as like the other things like Mang, which creates 1 red or whatever it does, whereas that can easily backfire. Can I please explain why are you using Bard class? Why not? It's the Bard week. It has 20% extra bonus this week. If you go under events, there's 10% to all Pan's Veil. There's also 10% to all Wild Folk, which means this hero class actually counts as both Pan's Veil and Wild Folk. So we're getting that full 20% bonus this entire week, which does allow everything we ever do to do quite a bit more damage. And I believe that also works in Arena, if I'm not mistaken. If we go to an Arena real quick, if we were to go bother doing Arena at all this week, let's just click any of them. Doesn't really matter what we go and get right now. Let's go get something with a bunch of yellows, pretty much. And we'll go with this, but if you actually go look into this battle, if we just go quickly into this and then retreat, I believe that 20% does indeed work here. Never mind. No, it doesn't anymore. Okay, I lied. It used to in the past. Apparently, they fixed it so it doesn't anymore. I guess that was a glitch. Never mind. Ignore what I just said. But, it still works with everywhere else, and it's definitely quite a bit of damage. Other than that, it's the event for the week, so figured I'd level it some. We already got it to level 70, so technically I don't need to still be using it, but I don't know, I'm still using it. It's not even the best thing to be using for raids this week either. You'd be better off using Titan or something, but I don't know. It does the job. Still gets it done. But yeah, mainly the 20% extra stats is the reason you'd be using it this week. And at a lower level range, that can definitely help out a lot, since most hero classes tend to be about the same. Let's see. But yeah, that's the other thing too. We're also trying to level it up. While it's not like a really huge priority to get this thing maxed, of course we're slowly working towards getting every single hero maxed out. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them maxed. Technically almost 7 because Sorcerer is ridiculously close. But we still have a ways to go. We're actually only about halfway there. Because there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So yeah, we're about halfway there, given all factors of how much EXP we already have across all of them, and the fact we have about 7 maxed, and there's 18 of them total. So yeah, we're about halfway there. So halfway's to go. Unfortunately, the other half we have is going to be even slower, because a lot of the ones we haven't done yet, hero class-wise, are horrible hero classes. I think the only hero classes I haven't really gotten to level 70 plus that are actually really decent is none of them, actually. Every single one. Actually, there's one. I guess technically Necromancer, and maybe under some instances Oracle. I guess maybe Orb Weaver. I guess those 3 maybe. But we have almost all of them where we need to be them, where we need them leveled. The only things we really need from here, as far as the actual usefulness, is Necromancer 70, I guess technically Oracle 70, Orb Weaver 70, Rune Priest 100, Sorcerer 100, and that's it. Literally everything else we could pretty much just leave as is. And I guess maybe Warden 70, just because, actually maybe even Warden 100. Didn't they replace out something on it? I think they made it weaker. Let's see. Never mind, you don't need 100 it. You're fine at 70. But yeah, you might need that occasionally just for beast teams. It does work into really nice Forest Guardian teams occasionally, but that's about it. The only thing you really use it for. Yeah, we're almost there as far as never really needing to bother leveling them again. We will eventually, once Kingdom Stars start to require them, but that's a long, long ways away before we really need to go and worry about that. Oh, you don't have Infernus? What should you use? Figure out what the biggest damage you really have is then, and basically just place it with it. Ideally a yellow damage source. With Bard, you normally want to try covering as many yellows as you can, just to keep getting those extra 2 damages from each yellow that you have. But really just any really, really high damage that you have is what you would end up using with Dawnbringer. Ideally one that gets mana, like a Ward Breaker or something, where you actually feed it mana and then you could just throw right into it, is normally what you would do for a Dawnbringer. Keep in mind, Dawnbringer, even though it is all offensive item, is more so used as a utility defense. The barrier, the 4x barrier on it is actually the main part of the ability. The damage itself is nice, but it's not the main component of why you use it in most situations. Right now you use Forest Troll, Dawnbringer. Oh, you use the standard Nyx team with it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's the strongest defend team you could set for it. It's perfectly fine to run it for invasions as well. But no mistaken, it's a little bit towards the slower side though. But it still gets the job done. Only real big issue is if they have mana burn immunity, because then you're stuck having to use Dawnbringer as your only damage source. But as long as they don't have mana burn immunity, that team would be perfectly fine. It's just you have to check it every single time. But anyways, guys, I'll be heading out for now. As I mentioned, I'll be back 1.5 hours prior to now tomorrow, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we are every single night. We'll be going and doing raids a little bit more. We'll be getting the Moon, and we'll be preparing for the Bard class event the following day. But yeah, we have the Moon tomorrow, and then Bard the following day. But yeah, definitely could participate in both. I wouldn't really bother throwing gems at either of them. They're pretty good things to just ignore as far as gems. Though if you did want to, it's a pretty easy way to go get orbs if you do throw against the class event. Maybe to get your Bard to like level 70 or something. Not really any need to rush to 100. It gains almost no additional benefit at 100. You would only do it for the sake of maxing it if you were to do that. But anyways, guys, I'll see you all later. Thank you all so much for coming down, and have a wonderful week. Goodbye, everyone.